Hello, my dear friends. How are you doing? Hope you are having an amazing day and not having to deal with drama. Ready for new stories I have for you today? Let's go to the first one. And don't forget to listen to the end of the story, guys, to hear my insights. Enjoy the stories, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, don't forget to leave a comment. I, 36 female, am the product of a one-night stand in 1986. My biological father, 55 male, had no idea I existed. My mother never gave me any information about him. To make a long story short, I recently found and contacted him. He wanted nothing to do with me, nor did anyone in his immediate or extended family, including his 4 young adult children, 26 female, 24 male, 22 female, 20 male. They were also incredibly rude to me, told me I was trash and a mistake, and refused to even give me medical information. Okay, whatever. It stung. I still have a great life. I moved on. Except his wife, 54 female, who was the most horrible of all, contacted me recently. Her son, 20 male, contracted some kind of infection, almost died, and now needs a kidney. She wants me to be tested to see if I'm a match to be a living donor. I will not be doing this. I have young children of my own and will not knowingly endanger my life or health for a bunch of people who are essentially mean strangers to me. Plus, if her other biological children, who are all his full siblings, aren't a match, why would I, a half-sibling, stand a better chance? She lost her mind. I had to threaten to get a restraining order, and may actually wind up doing it. Everyone in their family has called me. His girlfriend won't stop calling me. His friends. They've called my husband, his place of work. They're harassing my sister on social media. They've sent mail to my grandparents. I'm terrified someone is going to come to my home or my children's schools. I'm not going to get tested because I have no intention of giving him my kidney. I don't want any contact with these people. Maybe he will die. Maybe he won't. I don't know. If I was willing to be a living donor for a stranger, there's a registry for that. It's just not something I'm willing to do. Am I the a-hole? That family is trash, and their sense of entitlement to OP's body is disgusting. OP is not a mistake. OP has her own life and family to tend to. They reaped what they sowed. I wouldn't get tested either. Donating a kidney is a major surgical procedure and takes a massive toll on your body. Additionally, OP would then be left with just the one kidney, hoping it doesn't crap out on her or someone from her family needs it. And now let's see if the community agrees with me. Do I want to know, says. And these people want you to gift them a kidney? Wow. Not the a-hole. Block them everywhere you can. Change your number. File a restraining order. They did not want to be a family. They were even very ungracious about it. They got their way. You pulled away. Now they need to respect their own wishes. Also, you are so right. You have a young family. You need your kidney yourself. Turpish Chore 761 says, not the a-hole, but there's a very easy way to get this to stop without a restraining order. Contact her via text or email and tell her you'll get tested. Make sure to ask for the name of the doctor's office to send the results to. Call the office and tell them that you do not wish to donate your kidney. You'll want to speak to the coordinator or social worker. They will tell her that you are not a match, eligible to donate. I say this as someone who has gone through the living donor process for a family member. Small Cat says, not the a-hole. This is actually behavior that can have him fired as a patient by a transplant facility. I work at one, and if I had a patient harassing others to donate a kidney, I would decline them for transplant. I'd go as far as contacting where he's being worked up and show proof of the harassment. I get that being sick and facing potential death is scary and can cause people to act out, but harassment is not excusable. So my, 26 male, best friend is Derek, 26 male. We've been best friends since we've been 8 years old. Due to some family issues, he lived with my family during high school and college. My parents call him their bonus kid, and we were basically brothers at this point. So I really don't trust his girlfriend of 3 years, Nicole, 25 female. She has always just given me bad vibes. She lies about little things for no reason. Unfortunately, her and Derek have a lot of similar experiences and hobbies, and he's head over heels for her. I've always been respectful to her, but I'm always looking out for Derek. My girlfriend thinks he's blind with love. So Nicole is now 8 months pregnant. Derek comes to me asking me to be the godfather, legal guardian. Derek works a dangerous job, so it wouldn't be crazy for something to happen to him. Nicole was on board with this too. I told him I would do that as long as he gets a DNA test done first. He was shocked and asked why. About 7 months ago, Derek and Nicole broke up for a couple days. She claimed nothing happened with anyone else, that she just sat home and cried. But why not make sure? Why would it be an issue if she has nothing to hide? But my biggest reason is what Nicole did with her sister. So Nicole's sister had a kid, claimed her boyfriend was the dad. He wasn't, and she knew he wasn't. Nicole lied straight to her sister's boyfriend for years. Nicole knew the whole time that her niece wasn't his kid. Everything came out eventually. Dude left, and Nicole blamed the ex-boyfriend for not loving his kid regardless. I told her that it wasn't his kid and she knew it. When I called Nicole out, she said it wasn't her place to tell him. Ever since, I've kept her at arm's length and would rather Derek break up with her. Me and Derek have had deep talks about that. But he just defends Nicole's actions. I asked him straight up if the kid wasn't his, would he stick around? He said no. Hence my pushing for a DNA test. Derek blew up at me, saying I was forcing him into something he doesn't want. I said I'm not helping raise some other dude's kid, and that if the DNA test is such an issue, then pick someone else to be the godfather. And he can just tell Nicole I'm the one pushing for this, and the blame can be on me. My parents are calling me an a-hole. My girlfriend agrees that every kid should be given a DNA test at the hospital at birth to avoid issues, and we don't understand why this isn't a law. She is on my side with everything. Am I the a-hole? Edit. After showing Derek this post and the responses, he's going to get a blood test done right now. Nicole isn't fighting him that hard, it sounds like. Well, I think OP should not be the godfather either way. I bet even if the test proved that OP's friend is the father, it wouldn't change OP's mind about Nicole. OP clearly dislikes her, and I guess is hoping this test will make them break up. But he gets to decide for himself who he wants to be with. It's not up to OP. And now let's hear the community's opinion. S. Newton 8 says, "No a-holes. You stated your requirements to be the godfather. They don't want to do that. No a-holes here." Zazog says, "You're not just being asked to be this kid's godfather, which doesn't really have any legal status. You're being asked to take legal responsibility for the kid if something should happen to Derek, right? Not the a-hole. That's totally your decision. You're not pushing Derek to do anything by putting a condition on your decision, and especially given Nicole's history. I'm right there with you thinking a DNA test is in order, but that's Derek's decision. He can either accept your conditions for wanting to take legal responsibility for the kid or find someone else." Dark Observer says, "You're the a-hole. I know I'm going against the grain here, but hear me out. This is your issue, not Derek's. You're asking him to do something he clearly doesn't want to, and it isn't really your place. That's on him, 100%. If he believes this is his kid, knowing everything he knows, then that's his choice. Plus, I kinda get the sneaking suspicion that you're pushing for this because you want the girlfriend gone, and this would get it done for you." So, I went over to my aunt's house on Christmas Eve because she told me she had a gift for me. I'm pretty estranged from my family, but stopped over to say hello anyways and accept the gift. She urged me to stay for coffee and talk with her. My 18-year-old cousin was also there. Well, we get to drinking coffee, and of course coffee makes me pee, so I excuse myself to the bathroom, and my dumb butt leaves my purse on the kitchen counter. I hear someone go outside, and then some keys jingling and zippers opening from the kitchen, but I think nothing of it. I thank my aunt and leave. On Christmas morning, I got a fraud alert text from my credit card issuer that someone made around $800 worth of purchases. Of course, I text back, "No, this wasn't me," and begin panicking and trying to retrace my steps. I realized that I've been working from home for the last several weeks, and the only time I actually went out anywhere was to my aunt's house the other day. I look up where the transactions were coming from, and had a hunch that it was my cousin who had taken copies of my card while I was in the bathroom at her house. Well, I called the cops, and now she's in a lot of trouble. I phoned my aunt and told her what had happened, and she didn't believe me until my cousin Ducky admitted to doing it and began crying and hyperventilating that she'd pay me back as soon as she'd get a job. I began screaming at her that what she did was a federal crime and that she's going to prison, and why the duck did she do what she did, thinking she wouldn't get caught. She hung up after that and never knew what my aunt's initial reaction was after my cousin admitted to it. Until this morning. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb for the night and received over 40 calls and text messages from my aunt, uncle, and cousin pleading with me to drop the charges because it'll ruin my cousin's life and she realizes what she did was wrong. I texted back to my aunt, I don't care if it ruins her life. She literally committed credit card fraud and deserves to be punished. She's 18 now. She's an adult. Aunt, you are a very cold and rude person. No wonder your parents want nothing to do with you. You don't even want to take care of them. Your cousin said she was sorry, and she's applying for jobs, and we can figure something out for her to pay you on an installment plan. Me, I'll consider dropping charges if you pay the $800 to me in full by Friday. Aunt, no, that's not how that works. Me, okay, well then I'm not dropping the charges. Aunt, okay, well then you don't have a family anymore. I want you to return the gift I got for you, and I'm calling your parents to tell them what happened. Okay, call my parents. I'm 27. Am I the a-hole for pressing charges against my cousin and then refusing to consider dropping them when my aunt wouldn't compromise? 18 is old enough to learn that actions have consequences. This was clearly not OP's cousin's first time stealing. OP was the one wronged. OP's aunt does not get to dictate the repayment terms. And to then demand the gift back, what is that? Pressing charges would be doing that kid a favor in my opinion. And now let's hear the community's opinion. Anon445572 says, not the a-hole. You did everything right. Your family, on the other hand, all of them suck here. If it was a total stranger, no one would be upset at you for calling the cops. No one. Lesson learned for your cousin. Don't be a thief. If you back down, they will do it again. 100% it isn't the first time they did it either. Family members who downplay, try to find ways for the family members to weasel out of repercussions, are enablers. Your cuz will never learn if they don't have consequences for their actions. Your aunt raised a terrible child, but she is now an adult and 100% knew it was wrong. Your aunt is the a-hole, along with your uncle and cuz, are manipulators, enablers, and gigantic a-holes. You are better off without those people for family. Run, hun, run. They are not family. You are 100% in the right. Hold your head high. You were robbed. You were the victim here. Don't let them talk you out of this. And hun, dear God, I'm so sorry that your own family is doing this to you. You don't deserve this at all, especially at Christmas time. Liquid Dragon 91 says, yeah, not the a-hole. Your cousin committed a federal crime. It doesn't matter if she knows what she did was wrong. If she knew that in the first place, she wouldn't have done it. Dropping the charges will only make her believe mommy and daddy will always protect her, and she'll just do it to someone else. Actions have consequences in real life. She needs to face hers now. The "it'll ruin her life" excuse is so completely ridiculous too. If it ruins her life, she'll definitely know not to do stupid crap like that again. Press the charges. Go through with the whole process. Sounds to me like it's time your family learns you won't stand by and take crap from them. I, male 24, am quite close to both my dad's side and mom's side of the family. I have about 15 families of aunts and uncles that I'm very close to. A few months ago, we all met up as we usually do a couple times a year. Now, I'm unfortunately at the awkward age where I'm too old for the kids, oldest being 14, and slightly younger in age compared to the adult crowd. Closest in age is my oldest cousin being 32. Now, the ladies take the kids out to a movie, dinner night, and the guys all decide to make a trip to a local casino. Here starts the conflict. All of the guys, including my own dad, are subtly encouraging me to just not come to the casino with them and just go with the kids and ladies. Their excuse is that I would get bored, as I had initially mentioned to them that I was not interested in slot machines, but wouldn't mind just chilling, grabbing a drink, etc. As a result, they pretty much kept pushing me to not go with them for no valid reason. They add at the end that it was my choice still, but that I would be better off not going with them. I was honestly taken aback at that time. I couldn't understand why I was the unwelcome one. Despite my attempts to ignore the negativity and join in, I decided it wouldn't do me much good being the unwelcome one anyway. As a result, I ended up staying home and impromptu meeting with a friend from college. The next day, all the guys were all smiles, talking about how fun the night was, how much they won or lost, etc. It really made me feel left out, and honestly, put me in such a crappy mood the whole week, as it was clear that I was pretty much alienated and treated like a kid. I wasn't even bothered about the actual fun I missed out on, but rather the fact that no one stood up for me or anything. From that day onwards, I've purposely distanced myself from those uncles, still close to the aunts and kids, and have only recently gotten back in good terms with my dad after he apologized profusely. Although my uncles did catch on to things, no one ever issued an apology. In fact, I was mocked about it and called a toddler and snowflake. Honestly, I've been belittled and set aside in the past during certain conversations with my uncles now that I think about it. Basically, had my opinion discounted for no reason. As part of this distancing, I've done the following that my parents are saying I overreacted and that I'm an a-hole. 1. Removed 3 of my uncles and their families from my cellular family plan. I get a huge 50% discount. 2. Refused to loan an uncle some money he needed. 3. Stopped participating as much in the guys' group chat. 4. Stopped letting an uncle freeload on my Costco, Amazon, Netflix memberships. 5. When I upgraded my car, I refused to transfer an amazing deal car lease to an uncle who really wanted it and just gifted it to my girlfriend. In a nutshell, I just decided that I didn't want to interact with people who didn't respect me. Am I the a-hole for refusing to be a doormat? RobFrog000 says, not the a-hole. Respect is earned, and they clearly don't respect you as an adult. So why should they benefit from things you have bought and kept up like the responsible adult you are? I would have done the same. Otar666 says, not the a-hole. The age gap just shows they don't even see you as a man. Probably never will. Funny how they still want your goodwill and freebies. Respect is a two-way street. Bunny Melly says, not the a-hole. If they want to treat you like a kid, their adult selves don't need to mooch off you and your kid deals. Distance yourself and then tell them duck off and get their own crap if they want it that bad. What you do with your money is your business and who can use it.